Hello everyone, I'm Nitish from MCA department at Tech Engineering College. Now we are going to see our project. My project title is Cloud Low Latency Application Dynamic Resource Allocation Algorithm. Supervisor is Miss Jennifer and co-supervisor is Mr. Dylan. Abstract. Here we are going to see sharing a file by a person considered as a first owner of the file. In the same file, if shared by a second person, he need a key generation by the first owner of the file. Then he would be second owner of the file to share any another. The authority to access the key was given by the first owner of the file with his permission unable to access the file. In existing system, the amount of data and information are stored and they are performed by the owner of the file and the user in cloud. In this system, the data stored in one or more server in the network is shared easily from one user to another without access key from the data owner of the file. The system is identified with less security of data cloud should be secured with strong security from the data 1 and data 2. Here we used the algorithm is sorting algorithm, and in existing system is the main drawback is it has less security of data by sharing the file to the data owner to data user, and it can share easily to another file. Proposed system. In the proposed system, in this system the data owner shared the file to the data user. The receiver request to share an image and file on the time file will store in path. It will assign a priority users to allocate the path to access the destination file. When the file request sent to the file owner, that time only view the file to generate the key path in the file users. To ability to share the same data receivers with multiple applications or users, here we are using a dynamic resource allocation algorithm in this proposed system. The proposed system's main advantages is in this system it can share the data or a file to the data user with more security. In this process, while sharing the file is generate a key path to access the file or share a file. Proposed system. In this proposed system architecture, this is user 1, user 2, user 3 and user 4 and user 5. Here our user 1 will upload the file to the cloud, and then the user 2 will receive the file. Only he can able to receive the file only. He can able to download or send the file. Only view format only upload. Then he need a key generation to access the file. He need a key generation from the to access to cloud. So he send a key path to the request of the user 1, and then user 1 will see the path. Then he will provide a key generation to the user 2 to upload the file and then send the file. And after uploading the key generation, the user 1 will be user 1 will be a part of the file, and then user 2 will be a owner of the file, and he can able to send easily to user 3, user 4 and user 5. Next, models. In the models is user ID and password design, image and file upload, sharing a file with key generations and file sharing, data request to data owner, data share in your inter-domain. Model 1. In Model 1 we see a user ID and password design. The important role for the user is to move login window to user window. It will check username and password is matched or not valid, invalid password or ID. If we enter any invalid user or password, we can not enter into login window to user window. It will show error message. And then model 2. In model 2 is image and file upload. The important role for the product is to move login window to product window. Image and file upload on that time. File will store in path. Model 3. Share a file with key. In this model 3, the important role for the model is share into different receiver from different file with key. And then model 4, key generation and file sharing. In the model 4, the important role of the receiver request to share an image and file, and that time file will store in path. Then model 5, key request to data owner. In this model 5, the important role of the acceptance, all gender request from the key. When the file request sent to the file owner, that time only view the file key to the user. The important role of the acceptance, all gender request from the key and all the people sent to the data owner. The whole the process has been derived in user 1. This is the owner of the file. Next, finally the model 6, data share in an inter-domain. The important role for the acceptance, all sender request, the ability to share the same data resource with multiple applications or users. It implies that the data are stored in one or more server in the network, and that there is some software locking mechanism that prevent the same set of data from beginning changed by two people at the same time. Hardware and software requirement. Hardware environment. Processor is dual core, RAM 4 GB, hard disk is 250 GB, And the next software environment. Software front end is Java, back end is MySQL, operating system is Windows 7, IDE is NetBeans and Eclipse. Next, use case diagram. Here we are using a use case diagram. User 1 will log in the file and generate a key generate, and it will decrypt data encrypted. Then user 2 will decrypt the file and key generation will be obtained, and then authorized users key provide then to the user 1, user 2 and user 3, user 4, user 5. User 1 is the owner of the file and user 2 will be a normal second owner of the file. Then he can able to download the file. After only he can able to send a file to user 3, user 4 and user 5. Class diagram. Here we have a class diagram of sender, receiver and performance. So sender will be a login, registration, file upload and encrypt. First he will log in the file and then the register will be compulsory, and then file upload the file, it will be encrypted. Then the receiver file will log in and he will be getting the file from the sender that file will be decrypted and he will need a key request from the sender. So the performance will be key processing of the process request, then will be exchange the key from sender to receiver to share the file with proper key password. Object owner. The object owner is user will be log in the user file and key generations, check the file profile, user to only view format, key request, and then use the authorized users to provide a key from user 3, user 4, and user 5 will be the sending a data from to all over. Next, activity diagram. Here we can able to upload the data and then key generate, then encrypt the data from the owner of the file, and then key request will be must to access that file from the user 2. Then it can be after the key request it will be decrypted of the file. Then the user 2 will be owner of the file. Sequence diagram. In sequence diagram is sender, actual and receiver. Sender data will be uploaded, and then receiver will receive the data. The actions is first encrypted, and then receiver will need a key generation. So we need a key generation. So the actions will be send the key generation to the sender. After the sender will notify that, and then he send the key path to the receiver. Then then he accept the key and the access to be generated. Next, provide a key path to share and interdomain proper to the image. Collaboration diagram. Here we see a flow of the diagram. The sender, action, receiver. Sender will be sent to the action to the actions, and it can be processed. Then we receiver will receive the data whatever it done. Component diagram. Here component diagram, username, login password and the data upload. It will be compulsory. So next, key and key generations. So here the data will be encrypted and the key request data will be decrypted. Username, share a domain and download the file. Next, data flow diagram, level 0. Data owner, login, data upload. Next, data owner upload will be data to the database, and then only you can able to send the file to the another users for by using the key generations and sharing the file to data users. Next, level 1. User will check the profile, data only view format, file cannot share or download. Only you can able to view the file without the access key. You can able to generate the file or download the file from the database. Then after the key generation, share a file and download, key provide will be authorized to the database. Then only you can able to data owner of the file. Next, here diagram. Here diagram is user 1 first upload the file and then view file. Next, user 2 only you can able to get the file and we can able to download or send to the some other users. After sending, user 1 will be sending the key path. User 2 will be the owner of the file. Then you can able to send a user 3, user 4 and user 5. It is the main process, and the key generation is the major part. Next, this is the home page of my project. This is the registration. Here will be basic details: first name, last name, username, password, email address, mobile number, address, etc. Next, this is the user login. Here we can able to valuable user ID and password. Then when we can able to enter into the project. Next, file upload. Here we can able to upload the file from our source, and also we can able to generate the key path to secure the file. It will be most secured to generate the file from one user to another user. Next, this is from gallery. We can able to choose the file whatever we want. Then we can able to access the file key, and we will send from whom to we send. This is a request file. From request to file name, message, actions key and request status. Whatever request status will be added and will be see it in the request. Next, inbox. In inbox we can able to see from whom we are getting the request and from whom we want to give the access key path. Then we can able to share the key access key path to request and file name will be generated. Next, outbox. So outbox will be from whom we will send the key request path to image, and also we can attach the message to the second person. Next, this is a welcome page of my project. This is from to and file name and message. We can able to attach the file and attach the message to sending the file to second users. Next, this is a request form. So request form, we can able to send the file name to the message, and access key will be generated here to the report status. Then only we can able to access the file from the second owner. Next, in inbox we can able to see the message and the access key part. The access key part is a major part. Then only we can able to download the file from the user 1. After getting the access key, the user 2 will be owner of the file, and he can able to download and share the file from user 3, user 4, user 5, etc. Whatever. The access key is most important. Then when he can accept the project. Next, the access key. After putting the access key only, we can able to download the file. Otherwise, the access key we can able to view format. We can able to download and share the file. The access key is a major part, and the access key will be generated from user 1, and the owner 2 will be a owner of the file after getting the access key. Next, future announcement. For the further work, we aim to furtherize investigation dynamic resource allocation for stateful loss latency applications, whereby changing the user to ME assignment, increase migration cost, multiple service of different performance requirement while still beginning fast and efficient. For such scenario, the average migration cost need to be minimized over a time period. Moreover, we aim to extend the current resource allocations and optimized framework to support. At the end of the conclusion, in this system, it can share the data or a file to the data user with more secure. Specifically, we considered new flexibility abroad by MFE in dynamic MEC installations rather than the existing fixed locations MEC allocations at this stage. For this, we formulated an optimization problems for allocating MEC resource at any resource considerations. We enable nodes so that resources are optimally allocated to satisfy the applications latency requirement while increasing minimum operations cost at ISP. Thank you.